Hi guys, welcome back to Dante Speak. Today I'm going to be reviewing a video made by Paul MAYES. Paul MAYES is a professor of trumpet at the Royal Birmingham Conservatory of Music, or I guess not currently, but I'm looking at his LinkedIn. He's currently a self-employed trumpet player from 95 to present. He's a London session musician, West End shows, London Symphony Orchestra, Royal Philharmonic, Royal Liverpool Orchestra. I mean, this guy is very accomplished. He studied with Wynton Marsalis, Adolf Herseth, and Charlie Schluter. I mean, this guy's got some pretty serious qualifications. He's a really great player. I've listened to some of his videos. The guy can definitely get around the horn, and I'm not trying to impeach him. He's definitely a top player. So I'm going to review his video that is entitled, what the fuck is his video called? His video is called Trumpet High Notes, How to Develop the 3 Essential Tips. So he writes in this, the second essential tips video, the Trumpet Prof, that's the name of his YouTube channel, the Trumpet Prof, shows you how to develop his 3 essential tips for successful high note development. We're going to review this video. Again, I'm not trying to impeach this guy. I don't know him. I've never met him. I have seen him play. I mean, he can definitely play. So there's no question about that. We're talking about technique, like what's actually helpful to say and post onto the internet. And that's what we're all about here on this channel. So let's have a look at the video.
What do you mean when you talk about playing with high resistance? How do you keep high resistance while relaxing the top lip? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to develop my 3 essential tips for successful high note development.
Okay, let's just have a listen to that again. This is a question from one of his viewers, apparently.
Doesn't playing loud or high require more air pressure than simply sighing?
Doesn't playing high or loud require more air pressure than simply sighing? I think that we can agree that it requires more air speed. I don't know about air pressure, but air speed, I think we can pretty much all agree on that.
What do you mean when you talk about playing with high resistance?
I'm also anxious to hear about that.
How do you keep high resistance while relaxing the top lip?
Super interested to hear about this.
In today's video, I'm going to show you how to develop my 3 essential tips for successful high note development.
I should make sure I can do what he just did. I'm going to critique him. He's got over 15,000 subscribers. I got like 1,000. So I need to at least make sure that I can slur from a low G to a G above high C.
Welcome to the Trumpet Prof channel, bringing you trumpet education at a much higher level. I'm Paul MAYES, and this channel is for advanced players and teachers looking for a deeper understanding of the trumpet and how to take their playing to the next level. So, throw away the rulebook, keep an open mind, and remember you have the parts. Design them, assemble them the right way for you, and you can do anything on the trumpet. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you click on that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please consider doing so.
He hasn't given me any information yet, and he's already asking me to subscribe and like the video.
Okay, let's get into the video. So let's start with the SIGH, because I can't emphasize enough how important this is. It really is the foundation on which everything is built. So let's just start by taking in a full breath and sighing out the air. So to me, the SIGH is 2 things, and the way that you think about the SIGH is going to be really important, because not only is it a relaxation of the muscles, it's also a push of air from the chest. And
okay, all right, so the SIGH, let me hear that again.
Is going to be really important, because not only is it a relaxation of the muscles, it's also a push of air from the chest.
Okay, the SIGH is a relaxation and a push. All right, I'm already confused.
And it's really important that you focus on the pushing element of the SIGH. So let's try another sigh, but this time we're going to sigh slower. Now, it's much easier to simply...
Wait, we're going to sigh slower? How do you do that? Who sighs slower? A slow sigh is a controlled expiration. It's not a sigh anymore, right?
relax the holding muscles when you do it slower. So make sure that you maintain that push of air.
The holding muscles. Okay, we're 2 minutes and 2 seconds into this video, and I'm like as confused as I've ever been about trumpet playing. I have to rewind this a little bit.
Slower. Now, it's much easier to simply relax the holding muscles when you do it slower. So make sure that you maintain that push of air.
I don't know what he's doing right now.
Push within the relaxation.
The push within the relaxation.
And finally, we're going to sigh in waves. So lots of kind of little pushes of air as we exhale. So we can sigh at different speeds.
You can sigh at different speeds.
Simply adds resistance to the sigh. You could say it makes the sigh feel heavier. Now, some might argue, well, then it's no longer a sigh.
Yeah, that would be me.
It's the interpretation of the sigh that is then important.
It's the interpretation of the sigh. My students would not get this. This would confuse the shit out of them.
If it's not just a relaxation, if it's a push, then you can have different resistances to push against. So remember, it's the act of sighing that is important.
Yeah, okay.
So when you add resistance, you'll feel your air pressure increase. But whatever the level of resistance, whether it's high or whether it's low, always try to push your air against it. Always feel that heavy air against your resistance.
Feel that heavy air against your resistance. I don't understand this. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be funny here. I don't get this. I'm like the most confused I've ever been, and it's 3 minutes already. I'm about to quit.
Let's introduce resistance to the sigh and work with that sensation. You'll need a straw for this, so it doesn't matter what sort of straw it is, whether it's a sip straw or a milkshake straw. I'm just going to use a milkshake straw because they're obviously more common for now. So just put the straw between your teeth and sigh out, but don't sigh through the straw. Just sigh out normally with the straw in your mouth.
Okay, I don't have a straw here.
Now this time, sigh out and gradually bring your lips around the straw so you seal off the air. So we're just adding a little bit of resistance, but always focus on the sigh. And now we're going to do that a little bit quicker. So the next stage is to add a little bit more resistance to the sigh. You can just pinch the end of the straw or put your finger over it, just so the sigh feels a little bit heavier. And do exactly the same exercise again. And it's more likely that your throat is going to want to react to the added resistance.
Yes, this is a good point. It's more likely that your throat's going to want to react to the added resistance. So why would you do it, right? If you're promoting an open throat, why would you do an exercise that's going to make your throat want to close?
That's what we really want to try to override. So really focus on the push and the sigh.
The push and the sigh. Focus on the push and the sigh. Are you confused? I am. I'm sorry. I'm fucking confused.
Now, pushing the sigh like that on the instrument can do two things. Either this, or this.
He pulled his corners back. We know that's a bad thing. His neck is puffing out.
It will be one or the other. Try it on your trumpet. It doesn't matter whether you're going up and down or whether you're getting louder and quieter. Just focus on the sigh with changing pressure. Remember,
focus on the sigh with changing pressure. Confusing AF, okay?
Don't open the throat unnaturally.
This is so much more confusing than it needs to be.
Just keep it relaxed and don't let it react. Lock on to the sensation. My teaching is very much about sensations. We use the props, we use the straws, we use lots of things to create sensations because it's easier for you then to transfer that on to the instrument.
Okay, I disagree completely with that. Sensations can be very misleading.
My second tip was top lip relaxed. So from now on, we'll just refer to that as TLR. And one of the comments...
TLR, okay, we're using acronyms now. This needs to become stronger in proportion to the wind speed, but the middle should be relaxed, I agree.
I had was, for me it seems impossible to set the mouthpiece on relaxed lips and play beautifully.
This is likely due to issues that have absolutely nothing to do with placing the mouthpiece on relaxed lips.
Now, the most important thing about TLR is not that you set the mouthpiece on a relaxed top lip, but you play with a relaxed top lip. Relax your top lip before you place the mouthpiece or after you place the mouthpiece. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. How can a stretched top lip be relaxed? It's complete bullshit. I'm sorry. It makes a huge difference. I'm going to relax my lip before I place the mouthpiece. I'll relax my lip now after I place the mouthpiece. Okay, now I relax. Okay, I stretch my lips out before I place the mouthpiece. Even if I relax after I've isolated the lips with the mouthpiece, there's still going to be less lip in the mouthpiece. If you have relaxed lips when you isolate, if you just place, you have more tissue in the mouthpiece, which always means a bigger and more resonant sound. If you only relax after and it doesn't matter what you do before, then you can stretch the lips, place, and then relax. You have less lip in the mouthpiece because the rim of the mouthpiece is already isolated, less lip tissue. Which always means a thinner and less resonant sound.
Probably for you at the moment, it would be better to experiment with it after you've placed it, because then you can keep your current embouchure setting.
Oh my God. Now he's encouraging only worrying about relaxing your lips after you place the mouthpiece. So you can smile and manipulate your lips as much as you want until you place it, and then just relax after that, and then it's fine. This is really not good information, guys. I'm sorry, and I invite Paul to have a debate about this with me. I don't think he thinks like this. I really don't. He wouldn't be able to play the way he plays if he really believed what he's saying.
We'll work at keeping your top lip relaxed in just a moment, but a very general tip that has been really useful for students is try to let your mouthpiece hold your lips in place as much as possible.
This is what the mouthpiece is designed to do. The mouthpiece's job is to isolate your lips. I mean, you don't have to try to do it. That's what the job is of the mouthpiece.
So, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say, for instance, we're going to form an embouchure that involved stretching your lips. Now,
let's just say we're going to form an embouchure incorrectly.
Very prominent players play this way. I'm not saying...
Prominent players play this way. Show me some. Show me some. I don't see anybody doing that. They do the opposite of that. When Wynton sets his mouthpiece, everything's relaxed. He sets it, and then he slightly pulls the lips slightly apart and then plays. There's no stretching of the lips. Nobody does that.
It's right for you, and it's not the way I play. But it's a good example of using the mouthpiece to keep the lips in place. So if I stretch my lips like this, you can try this, you can really feel the muscles working. Now, if I place the mouthpiece firmly on my lip, like this, now I can relax my face, but I can still feel the lip is stretched inside the mouthpiece.
Why would you want to try this? Why would you want to practice incorrect techniques? I don't see what the benefit is of that. And he even admitted that he doesn't play this way, but try it.
And it's not until I take the mouthpiece away that the lip moves back to its relaxing position. And because now they're more relaxed, I can really let go of what I'm doing and allow the trumpet to start to take more control over my lips.
This is the opposite of what every trumpet player wants. Every trumpet player wants to be in control of everything. The whole idea of proficiency and learning and improving and becoming more competent is to like control the trumpet, not to let the trumpet control you or your lips. This is really bizarre, man.
So here's a really, really good little exercise. The chances are you won't be able to do this straight away. So we're going to start
That's
on a low
encouraging.
C. No need to articulate it. Just hold a long low C and trill to a B. Now to a B flat.
I'm going to skip this part because I think it's the only utility for this exercise would be to get used to moving your valves while maintaining a steady airstream. I'm going to skip this, guys. Okay, now he's got his students
Let me know
doing
how
it.
far you're able to descend, because this is all about progress and it's about relaxation, all of the things that we've discussed.
Progress, relaxation.
That exercise is very
Okay,
much
this is relaxation. This is not.
a low register exercise, because you really need to get used to letting go of the trumpet in that register, because as we get higher and you're using higher air pressure, then it does get more difficult to keep that top lip relaxed. So let's tackle that now. So for this exercise, you'll need your straw again. The milkshake straw is fine, but you are going to need to increase the resistance a little bit. So just pinch the end or put your finger halfway over the end of the straw. And it's a good idea to do this in front of a mirror so you can be really aware of what's going on in your face. So all we're going to do is simply sigh through the straw very slowly at first, and then really accelerate the speed of the sigh to very, very fast. So you can really feel the increase in air pressure. What happened to your top lip? That's what we're interested in. And I'm guessing that it probably contracted. Probably went something like this. And of course, that's what we're trying to avoid happening.
Okay, I agree with that. I mean, he says contracted. We're talking about the furling and the unfurling of the lips. And he proposes that when we blow harder, that we tend to furl in the top lip, which maybe some people do. I don't know. And I agree that it's incorrect. But now we are almost 11 minutes into this video, which is entitled Trumpet High Notes, right? And I haven't heard anything about high range playing yet, or any like technique that's even relevant to it. So let's see, we got like another 11 minutes left.
We're trying to deactivate an override. So try it again, and this time try to stop that top lip from tensing. Try to stop it from contracting. Won't be easy. It'll take you a while to work it out, but then you will have a positive rebalance. When you get that rebalance,
A positive rebalance. What the WTF is a rebalance? Like, what is a rebalance? We got TLR, we got rebalance, we got, I mean, I've been playing trumpet, like, I'm 53, I've been started when I was 9. I mean, I've never heard these terms before.
then you'll be able to transfer that onto the instrument and begin to experiment with it while you're playing. I'll show you what happens when I do it, but I don't want you to copy me. You'll see how I rebalance. It might be slightly different for you, but don't copy what I'm doing. Just use it as a guide. So here we go. The main thing that you'll notice there was that my cheeks went puffy. So, is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. Do most teachers tell you you shouldn't puff your cheeks out? Yes, they do. Do most players struggle to play efficiently in the high register? Yes, they do. course, I don't have the mouthpiece on my face when I'm doing that, and the mouthpiece holds the lips together, and there are other things that come into play. But the main thing is that it really gives you an idea of kind of letting go. It gives you an idea of how to rebalance, and then you can transfer those sensations onto the trumpet.
I do agree that there's some really amazing players out there that make a great living playing, that puff their cheeks. I don't contest that. I mean, you can see Winton's cheeks puff a little bit, some other really great players. You can also not furl your lips if you don't puff your cheeks. I don't furl or roll in my lips when I play in the high register, but I don't puff my cheeks either.
The puffy cheeks indicate that your face is relaxed. It's not totally relaxed. There is activity going on. But if you look at some of the guys that play high notes really, really well and really efficiently, the famous players like Arturo Sandoval, Wayne Bergeron, Maurice Andre, Maynard Ferguson, so many of these players, if you watch them when they're playing, you can see that there's just a little bit of puffiness in the cheeks. You can see the air pockets. And when they're actually playing around in the high register, there's very rarely any movement.
I agree with that. Like, there's no movement, but that's got nothing to do with puffing your cheeks. That has everything to do with the tongue, which he has not talked about yet.
Those exercises will really help you, but you have to practice them regularly. There are no quick fixes. It will take time to deactivate the top lip, to rebalance the muscular activity. Just as it will take time for you to build up your strength with the straw and coin exercise that we did. On the one hand, we're building power with that, and on the other hand, we're trying to relax so we can optimize that power. And
okay, and we're how far into the video? 13 minutes out of 22 minutes. We're not talking about high notes yet.
Then transfer all of that onto the instrument. It's a long-term process, but if you stick with it, it really will work. My third tip was embrace air pressure. So today, I do want to talk about air pressure, but also probably a little bit more about resistance, because it's the resistance that creates the air pressure. And I do want to explain that a little bit more. So if you take your straw, your milkshake straw, and we're going to sigh through the straw fairly gently, and as you're doing it, just gradually pinch the end of the straw and then release it. Pinch and release. Now, where can you feel the air building up there? Can you feel the air pressure? You're not blowing with any extra effort. That's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm just simply asking you to change the level of resistance. There being the resistance, you change the level, you squeeze the end of the straw, you can feel that the air kind of backs up and it builds in pressure. That's the sensation that you need to create when you're playing.
Okay, that is really confusing. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Do you get it?
Create some resistance then that doesn't involve the top lip, and we're going to do that just for now at the back of the mouth. So
the back of the mouth. The back of the mouth. Oh my God, this is fucking scary.
The roof of the mouth and the tongue, known as the high tongue technique. But we're only going to...
I've never heard that until just this moment. The high tongue technique.
Do that for now because everyone uses the high tongue in some form or another.
I do agree.
Some use it more than others. I don't use it as my main way of creating resistance, but
I don't believe that at all. I'm sorry, I gotta call bullshit. He doesn't use that as his main way of playing. If I chopped his tongue off, he wouldn't be able to play anything. I'm not just talking about articulation either. We can't get around the horn without tongue level.
I certainly used to, and I do teach some students that way.
Yeah, he used to play with his tongue, but not anymore, and he still teaches some students that way. I'm sorry, Paul, man. I really respect your playing a lot, but your teaching is a little bit out of whack here.
Can't do it other ways. It's not just a general technique by any means. It's not just as easy as using an R and an E and using the vowel sounds. The tongue can get in so many different positions, and the jaw can get in so many different positions. So there are so many variables around that. And then we take individual players. Everyone has a different size tongue and a different shaped jaw. So it can't be that easy. It's a very, very...
No, everyone has a different shaped tongue and a different sized jaw, but it can be that easy. He's saying it can't be. It can, and it is. I don't care who says they do what when they play. We're all playing the same way. If you're not moving on the outside, everything's internalized. So what can move in your mouth besides your tongue? Are your teeth moving in there to like create resistance? Give me a break. The great players are all over the horn, right? And there's no movement on the outside. So what on the inside of your mouth can move besides your tongue?
Complex system. But if you get it right, it can be very, very effective. So today we're just simply using this as a means to create some resistance so you can get used to sighing down your trumpet, keeping your top lip relaxed against some resistance.
Okay guys, I'm sorry. We still got like another 7 minutes of this, and like I need to just deal with like what we've done already here. But I just want to show you something, okay? I'm gonna hold a note on my trumpet and I'm just gonna hold it steady and just move my tongue around. And even with a practice mute, I'm 100% confident you'll be able to hear differences in the sound. Okay, I'm sure that you can hear that. That is just moving my tongue around while keeping steady air. Even with the practice mute, one sounds more resonant than the other. The more resonant one is with my tongue flat and forward in the mouth. That simple. And that goes for all registers. Flat tongue and with a tongue arch in the very front of the mouth like you're saying, kick. And that goes for any register. That goes for low G. When you heard me earlier in the video play from low G to G above high C, my tongue was flat in the mouth with the sides of my tongue between my molars to hermetically seal off the wind tunnel that goes to the lips. I'm going to get into this. I'm going to make a video about this. That's all I got time for today, guys. I would love to finish this video, but please comment below if you want me to finish it. Again, nice guy, probably has the best intentions, right? I mean, but a lot of bad results come out of great intentions, okay? I've got a few other videos that I'm ready to also get into after Paul's. I'm just trying to spread the good news about trumpet and that it's not as complicated as some people are making it.